Let's go on to the next concept, that is about inheritance. Now, inheritance is a concept where we need to understand how class can inherit the properties of a superclass. Okay, say for example, you have defined a class which has particular properties. Hence, now you need to have another child class which can inherit child class properties. Okay, let's have a look at that and let's understand them in detail. Let's have a new file and let's say save it as, learning inheritance. Okay, so you have a learning inheritance.py. Okay, let's call it as a.py for now. Okay, so I'm going to rename it or save as a.py. So I'm going to have a class A, which will have an def __ init. It is similar to a constructor, which is going to have self as one of the parameters, if you remember. So the init method, init __ is going to be called immediately when an object of class A is going to be created, right? If you remember. Now, in the __ init __ self, I'm just going to do a print saying in init of class A. Okay, and let me define a function called as fun, and that function is going to be, let's say, print. Let's print this function and let's say in fun of A. Cool. We save this particular file, and we create a new file. Let's save this file as b.py, and let me call this as class B. This will also have an __ init method __, and this is also going to take self as one of the parameters. And in A, I made a mistake out here. Every function in a class requires self as a parameter. Remember that. Okay, def __ init __, and then we're going to call self. Sorry. Yeah. Here, I need to say now, let me just print and say in init of B. Of course, I'll define another function, and this time I'm going to create a function with the same name as that of A, def fun, which is again going to take parameter as self, and it's going to print in fun of B. Let me define a function over here which says no fun. It is also there in class B. And let me say print in no fun of B. Cool. Save this out. Create a new file. This time, I'm going to import from a.py. I'm going to import class A. From b.py, I'm going to import class B. So let me save this as c.py. So from a.py, I'm going to import class A. From b.py, I'm going to import class B. Now, I'm going to define here class C. But this class C, I'm going to define it in such a way that it is going to inherit class A and class B. It is going to inherit the properties of A and B. Now, this order is very important. Whoever is defined first, the order is very important. You'll understand that a little later. Let's say in class C, there will be an __ init __ for C himself, right? Which is going to have self as one of the parameters. And in this, it's going to be print in init of C. You don't need to have any fun for this. We are not defining any function fun for C. Now coming over to the, so let's say I'm going to run this file. Okay, I'm going to run this file. So for running this file, I need to say if underscore underscore name underscore underscore is equal to main, then what do I need to do? Underscore underscore colon enter. So if this file is getting run, so that means, you know, this is going to be, this is the main file. What am I going to do inside this? I'm just going to run, or I'm just going to call, I'm going to create an object of C class, right? I'm going to create an object of class C by calling the constructor, and then an object is, I'm going to call the object as small c. Yes. After calling C, I'm going to call c.fun. c.fun. I'm going to see which fun is going to be called, A or B. And I'm going to call c.nofun. Okay, let's run this function F5. Okay, it says fun takes 0 positional arguments, but 1 was given. Okay, let's do one thing. So when I call c.fun, it should have, you know, it should have called it without the self, right? Okay, so just run this once again. I've just run A and B also, so that we are able to just check that. Okay, so A is run, go to B and run B once again, and then go on to C and run it once. Okay, so go to C and let's run this. So when I run C, it says, okay, in init of C. So when it created an object C, it immediately called the underscore underscore init function method, and it says in init of C. Then what happened after that? It says in fun of A, which means when I call c.fun, it went to in fun of A. Where is fun of A? So that means it went to the fun function of A, but it did not go to the fun function of B. So that means when I call c.fun, it actually called the A.fun and not the B.fun, which means this order is very important. Let me say if I call this as B comma A. Okay, and then if I do an F5, it says in init of C, and then it says in fun of B and in no fun of B. So no fun is there only in B. So that's why it was a no fun of B over here and no fun of B over here. But over here, so as you can see, this is very important. This particular thing or concept is called as method resolution order, which is very important in case of inheritance, MRO. All right. So let me say for now, I'm going to make it as A comma B, right? And of course, when I run that, it's going to be an init of C, and it's going to call fun of A and not the fun of B. Okay. Now, also, if I want to also print the init of A and the init of B, right? When I call the method C, when I go to the init of C, I can do something by saying super. Super is the classes from which have been, which you have inherited. So super dot, you can call their underscore underscore init method, underscore underscore init, and that's going to be the method which you're going to call, super dot underscore underscore init. And let's check which init is going to be called, A's or B's. Okay, so it says in init of, so when C object was created, it went to the init of C and it called the super class, which is super class A comma B, but only A. It says in init of class A, but it did not print that it's in init of class B. It just printed A. This also is following the MRO, that is the method resolution order. How do I check that? If I change this from B to A, B comma A, then it will be something different. In init of B, then in init of C, then in fun of B, then in no fun of B. Hope you understand that. This also follows the MRO. Okay, with this we have understood how to access the methods of parent class by inheriting those classes in class C. We are going to use this when we do Twitter applications in IoT. In Twitter applications of IoT, we are going to use some classes called as Twython Streamer, and we are going to inherit Twython Streamer. and create our own streamer in order to use the methods of the Python streamer class. Alright, we're going to see them in detail as we go through those particular classes. With this, we stop and we'll understand the next concept in the next video lecture.